Hello, English 11. We are finishing up with our punctuation packet. I have made a mistake, and I forgot that we do not have school on Friday. So what I'm going to do here is, because I wrote this right here, I'm going to make a note. Due Monday. So you have a little bit extra time. Also to make sure that you understand everything for the test, which will also be on Monday. All right, apostrophes. Apostrophes are difficult because oftentimes people want to throw apostrophes in for all kinds of reasons. Okay, we do not use apostrophes just to eliminate confusion. So specifically, we want to look at the why. Apostrophes are used in possessive pronouns, contractions, and some plurals. Apostrophes in possessives. Use an apostrophe to form the possessive of any noun, whether singular or plural. For a singular noun, add apostrophe s, even if the word ends in s. For plural nouns that add s, only add an apostrophe. For plural nouns that do not add an s, add an apostrophe and an s. Men's, dears. Apostrophes and contractions. A contraction joins two words by leaving some letters out. Use an apostrophe and a contraction to show where the letter or letters have been left out. Such as if you use I would, you'd have I'd, okay, and it would be kicking out those letters there. We will to will, they have to they've, she is to she's. Don't confuse contractions with possessive nouns, which do not contain apostrophes. It's here, this form, is the contraction, which is it is, okay? It's is literally kicking out this I, okay? Or apostrophe is being a bully. Versus it's, possessive, meaning belonging to it. Apostrophes and plurals. Use an apostrophe plus s to form the plurals of letters, numbers, or words referred to as words. In each sentence below, underline the correct form of the two choices in parentheses. The lever's one of the simplest machines. The lever is, that's a contraction, so it's here. Who is able to name an even simpler one? Whose or who is? It's who is, so we use the contraction form. Curtis's suggestion is the inclined plane. He says it's simpler because there aren't any moving parts. Aren't is a contraction. He says it is simpler is also a contraction. Going on to the next page. Punctuating titles, quotation marks, italics, and underlining. Used correctly in these titles show what kind of work or selection is named. Quotation marks. Use quotation marks to start off the titles of short things, okay? On the previous page, I had written a poem, a short story, a song, okay? So here we have a book chapter from a book, a magazine article, a short story, an essay, a song, a poem. Italics and underlining. Use italics for longer works and for the names of ships, trains, spacecraft, and individual airplanes, but not the type of plane. Boeing 707. In handwriting, use underlining to indicate words that should be in italics. Okay, this is big. If it's typed, you're not underlining. If you are typing, no underlining. You use italics. You only do the underlining because it's hard to differentiate between italics and your own handwriting. So we underline. Here are some examples. Write each sentence using quotation marks or underlinings to set up the titles. You do not need to rewrite these if you don't want to. So Community theater group is putting on Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. This is a play that's being put on, so it is going to be underlined. The American Scholar is an essay by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's an essay. It's a short piece, so we use quotation marks. Continuing with punctuating titles, just go ahead and keep going with these. I don't think we need to continue with examples. Remember that we have here the Lusitania was torpedoed by a German U-boat. The Titanic struck an iceberg. Remember that we are underlining the names of specific vessels. Versus we have a German U-boat. Okay, this is a general name of a type of boat, so you wouldn't underline that. And then we have at Stratford, we saw productions of Macbeth, a play, As You Like It, Henry IV, Part 1. Continuing with our apostrophes, it's just going to remind us, give us another example and some more information about apostrophes. You're going to go down here. We'll see the angels play when they're in town. This is contractions, so we're going to have apostrophes there. I can't do it, and I won't. Contractions, so we have apostrophes. Continuing with apostrophes. In the sentence below, underline the word that uses the apostrophe incorrectly or should have an apostrophe that does not, then write the word correctly on the line. The trooper's car. Okay, here I'm going to just put it there. If it's easy enough to do it that way, that's fine. They're going to the store now for their supplies. They're supposed to be a contraction. The chorus has had its rehearsal on Tuesday nights. We're just going to cross out that because this is supposed to be a possessive. Okay. You don't have to do B. All right, and then the review is just going through and reviewing and making sure you know how to do all the punctuation correctly. And that is it. Most of these are going to be super fast. All you're going to be doing is adding apostrophes for most of them. So because of that, or underlining, it should be pretty easy to get through. Remember, you want to use my email if you have any questions or any types of issues. I have gotten emails from other people in your class, and you can ask anyone if they have emailed me and if they got a response and even how quickly. I typically try to get to the response as fast as I can. I'm on my computer almost constantly, whether it be for myself or for assisting my son with his online classes. If I cannot answer the question right away, I will often pause and not answer it right away and then do the research to find out the answer, and I do get back to you one way or another. Hope to see you in another video again soon, guys. Remember, you have a grammar test on Monday.